We're gonna bring up Jen.
So I woke up one morning when I was 23, and I had this just incredible pain in my right eye. And I went to the eye doctor, and he sent me home with drops for an eye infection. And through the rest of that day and that night, the pain became so intense and the pressure so unbearable. And the next morning I woke up and I was totally blind in my right eye. So the doctor sent me to a specialist, and she diagnosed me right away with iritis, which I never knew was a condition that existed. And she knew it right away because she happened to run a study at NIH on iritis, and she explained that it mostly affects young males, and there's usually some underlying cause. And because my case was so severe and it had ramped up so quickly, she ordered some blood work to try to figure out what that underlying cause was. So she told me when the blood work came back that I was positive for HLA-B27, this gene type that makes me prone to various autoimmune diseases. And those letters and numbers have just been burned into my brain because over the last 25 years, they've been associated with so many different diagnoses. And the doctor had such a calm demeanor and a soothing voice, and she was sort of outlining these various issues that I might have. And as she was talking, I realized that a lot of the things I had been dealing with since my mid-teens were all tied into that. So that sort of made sense. But despite her calm demeanor and her soothing voice, my body just like flooded with fear. Just fear of losing my mobility, my eyesight, and the life that I'd always had. And the fear of ending up like my dad, who has one of the ailments that she described, which I've since gotten. So she sent me off with a course of treatment of steroids, oral steroids, steroid drops, and I had to wear an eye patch for a long time. So what surprised me, and my friends all love to tease me about, is that wearing that eye patch, the sketchiest men would approach me. They thought it was, for some reason, they thought it was really hot or something. So they're like, hey, what'd you do to your eye? I'm like, it's arthritis. And so not sexy. And, so one day at work, I was the assistant manager at that time of a Crate and Barrel store in DC. It was the biggest store on the East Coast at that time, and I was working on a Sunday, and the store was packed, and I had my patch on, and there were, towers of glass. There's no Crate and Barrel in Vermont, but towers of glass were everywhere, lots of couples registering for their weddings, and one of the part-timers came up to me, and she said, hey, I think your boyfriend's over there. And I was like, no way, because he never visited me at work, and I was so delighted. And I spun around with my patch on, and standing smack in front of me was this old man with an eye patch. I was like, hi, and he said, well, hello. Started talking, and I was like, oh my God. And over in the distance, my friend Michelle was just doubled over laughing so hard. And in that moment, I was just having so much fun and looking at her laugh and laughing myself, and it was so nice to just be able to find humor in the moment instead of being racked with fear.